Picture your apartment right now, not someone else's, yours. Walk through it in your mind. There's a closet packed so tight the hangers don't move freely anymore. Somewhere in there are 3 coats you haven't worn in 2 winters, tags still hanging off at least one of them. There's a kitchen drawer that won't close all the way because of gadgets you bought during a phase. The juicer, the air fryer accessory kit, the thing that spiralizes vegetables. You used it 4 times, maybe 5. Now picture your bank balance. You know the number, roughly. You also know the feeling that comes with checking it, that small flutter of dread before you open the app, the quiet calculation of how many days until the next paycheck actually clears. You earn a decent income, not extravagant, but decent. And yet somehow every month the money finds a way to disappear. You're not reckless, you don't gamble, you don't have some expensive secret habit. You just accumulated a life that requires every dollar you make to sustain it. Now, imagine a different version of yourself. Same city, same rent, roughly. This version of you earns less, noticeably less, but when you walk into that version of your home, something feels different. There's space, a couch that fits the room instead of dominating it, a closet where every item actually gets worn, a kitchen with exactly the tools you use, nothing more. And when that version of you checks the bank account, there's no flutter of dread. There's calm. 18 months of expenses sitting in savings, 20% of every paycheck automatically going into investments before you even see it. Same person, same city, wildly different relationship with money. The only thing that changed was what you owned, and more importantly, what you understood about what owning things actually costs you. That's what you're going to learn today. Not a story about someone else's discipline, a recalibration of how you see every single object in your life, starting right now in your own home. Everything you own costs you twice. Here's the first thing you need to understand, because once you see it, you can't unsee it. Everything you own costs you money twice. The first cost is the one you already know. It's the price tag, the number on the receipt when you bought it. The second cost is the one you've never calculated, and it's often bigger than the first. It includes the space that item occupies, the maintenance it demands, the mental bandwidth it quietly drains from you, and the opportunity you lost by not putting that money somewhere else. Think about that treadmill in your spare room. You bought it with real intentions. Now it holds your laundry. That machine takes up roughly 20 square feet of space. In most cities, space costs somewhere between $30 and $50 per square foot every year. That means you're paying $600 to $1,000 annually just to store a very expensive clothes rack. Or think about anything larger, a boat, a camper, equipment you've told yourself you'll use more this year. Ongoing maintenance on something like a boat typically runs about 10% of its value annually. A $30,000 boat is quietly billing you $3,000 a year, whether you take it out once or never. Then there's the cost you can't see on any statements, your attention. Every object you own takes a small slice of your mental energy. It needs cleaning, organizing, insuring, worrying about. Researchers studying visual clutter have found it raises cortisol and reduces your ability to focus. Your possessions are stressing you out in ways you're not consciously registering right now in your own space. And finally, the opportunity cost. Every dollar tied up in a possession is a dollar that isn't compounding for you. That $15,000 you sank into a home gym setup could have been $15,000 in an index fund, quietly growing toward $50,000 over the next 15 years. You didn't just buy equipment, you bought equipment instead of a piece of your own future freedom. Once you start adding these hidden costs up, you'll realize something uncomfortable. A lot of what you own costs more to keep than it costs to buy. The price tag was just the entry fee. Now let's talk about how you stop paying it. Rule 1. Calculate cost per use before you buy anything. From now on, before you buy something, do this math. Estimate honestly how many times you'll actually use it. Divide the price by that number. That's your true cost per use, and it will change how you shop. A $200 jacket you wear twice costs you $100 per wear.
A $400 jacket you wear 200 times costs you $2 per wear. The expensive jacket is actually the cheaper choice. Run this math on that gadget you're eyeing right now. If it's $300 and you'll realistically use it twice this year, that's $150 per use, an absurd price for whatever convenience it offers. But run it on your mattress. A $2,000 mattress used nightly for a decade costs about 55 cents per use for something that touches your health and energy every single day. That's one of the best purchases you could make. Let this calculation strip the emotion and marketing out of your decisions. It will kill most of your impulse purchases before you ever swipe your card.
Rule 2. Apply the replacement test to what you already own. Walk through your home this week and ask yourself, item by item, if this disappeared today, would I actually spend money to replace it? Be honest with yourself. Would you replace that bread maker, those shoes you haven't touched in over a year, that decorative thing someone gave you that you've never liked? For most items, your honest answer is no, which means those items have negative value in your life. They cost you space and attention while giving you nothing back. They're there because of inertia, not intention, leftovers from a past version of you or a gift you felt obligated to keep. Every hour you spend organizing around things you wouldn't replace is an hour stolen from something that actually matters to you. So this week, find 10 things that fail the replacement test. Sell what has value, donate what someone else could use, let go of the rest. You'll feel uncomfortable for about a day, and then you'll feel lighter than you have in a long time. Rule 3. Never upgrade out of boredom. Watch yourself for this pattern because you almost certainly do it. Your phone works fine, but a newer one just came out. Your car runs perfectly, but this year's model looks sharper. Your furniture does its job, but you're tired of looking at it. None of that is failure. That's boredom wearing the disguise of necessity. Set yourself a rule right now. You don't replace something that still functions. Functional means it genuinely can't do its job anymore, not that something shinier exists. The average person replaces their phone every 2 to 3 years while the old one still works. Over 30 years, that habit alone costs $30,000 to $50,000. Multiply that pattern across every category in your life, and the lifetime waste can exceed $200,000. That's not a number to feel guilty about. It's a number to redirect. Rule 5. Make spending hard and saving easy. You already know willpower fails you when you're tired or stressed, so stop relying on it. Redesign your environment instead. This week, delete the saved credit cards from your shopping apps. Unsubscribe from the promotional emails tempting you daily. Set yourself a hard rule: no non-essential purchase without a 24-hour waiting period first. You'll find that most of what feels urgent to buy in the moment simply stops feeling urgent by tomorrow. Roughly 70% of impulse desires evaporate if you just wait. On the other side, make saving automatic. Set up a transfer to your investment account for the day you get paid before you ever see that money sitting in checking. Treat it like a bill you can't skip, not a leftover you'll get to eventually. Rule 6. Count what you own. This one feels strange until you actually do it, and then it changes you. Pick a category. Clothing is a good place to start. Count exactly how many shirts you own. Write the number down. Most people guess low and discover the real number is 3 to 4 times what they expected. Once you know you own 47 shirts, buying a 48th feels different. The absurdity becomes visible in a way that it wasn't before. Set yourself real limits, maybe 30 pieces of clothing total, maybe a 1 in, 1 out rule for anything new. These constraints aren't punishment, they're the friction that stops your life from quietly expanding to fill every inch of space you have. Rule 6. Rent or borrow before you own. Think about the interests you've chased and abandoned, the camping gear from the trip you took twice, the yoga mat and blocks from the phase that lasted 6 weeks, the instrument you were sure you'd learn. Before you invest in the next one, test it first. Rent the kayak before you buy one. Borrow the tools before you fill a garage with your own.
This does two things for you. It shows you honestly whether your enthusiasm is real or just a spark, and if it is real, it teaches you exactly what you actually need, so when you do buy, you buy precisely, not blindly. Rule 7. See the full ecosystem before you buy. Nothing you buy exists alone. A pool needs chemicals, covers, furniture, and landscaping. A motorcycle needs gear, storage, and probably a trailer. A home gym needs flooring, mirrors, and ventilation. Before your next major purchase, sit down and map out everything that purchase will drag along with it. That $5,000 item might actually be an $8,000 or $12,000 commitment once you count the full chain. Seeing the whole picture, not just the sticker price, will change your mind about more purchases than you'd expect. Rule 8. Decide what enough looks like before you earn more. Here's the trap you need to watch for as your income grows. Without a defined ceiling, your spending will always expand to match your income and sometimes outpace it. You'll earn more, feel richer for a moment, upgrade your life, and end up right back where you started, just with nicer things and the same stress. So, do this now, before your next raise arrives. Decide what home is enough for you, what car is enough, what wardrobe is enough. Write these numbers down. When you hit them, stop moving the line. If you define enough at $60,000 a year in spending and your income grows to $150,000, that $90,000 gap goes straight towards your freedom. That's how real wealth gets built, not by earning more, but by deciding when more stuff stops mattering.
Rule 9. Measure your wealth by what you can choose, not what you own. Ask yourself honestly, could you leave a job that's damaging you? Could you take 6 months off for a family emergency? Could you say no to a well-paying opportunity that compromises what you actually value? If the answer is no, it doesn't matter what your income looks like. You don't have real wealth. You have obligations dressed up as success. True wealth is the space between what you earn and what you need, and that space is what buys you options. Every purchase you make either widens that gap or narrows it. Start asking, before you buy, is this thing worth trading a piece of my freedom for? Rule 10. Declutter in small cycles, not big purchase. You've probably tried the big purge before. The weekend where you clear everything out, feel amazing for a few weeks, and then slowly, without noticing, end up right back where you started within a year or two. Don't do that again. Instead, build small habits. A quick glance at what's coming into your home each week, one category reviewed each month, a broader check each quarter. Removing 3 things a week is sustainable. Removing 300 things once a year is exhausting and easy to abandon. The small, steady version is the one that actually sticks. What you do this week. Start now, not someday. This week, find 10 items in your home that fail the replacement test and remove them. This month, apply the 24-hour rule to everything you're tempted to buy and notice how much of that desire simply disappears on its own. This quarter, count your possessions in the categories that tend to grow: clothing, kitchen items, entertainment, and set real limits for each. And somewhere in the next few weeks, write down what enough actually looks like for your home, your car, your wardrobe. Keep that list somewhere you'll see it. Here's what you need to understand before you close this out. The relationship between what you own and what you save runs in both directions. Owning less builds your savings, but as your savings grow, the urge to own more starts fading on its own. The need for security that used to get filled by buying things starts getting filled by your bank account instead. You stop needing the stuff to feel like you're doing okay because you actually are doing okay. That version of you from the beginning, calm bank balance, 18 months of savings, a closet that only holds what you wear, isn't someone with a bigger income. It's you, applying these 10 rules with consistency instead of chasing more stuff to fill a gap that stuff was never going to fill. The other version of you, the one 2 missed paychecks from crisis, surrounded by things still in their boxes, is also you right now if nothing changes. Both futures are available to you starting today. The only question is whether you want to own what you have or keep letting what you own quietly own you. One more thing before you go.
You might be tempted to watch this, nod along, and go back to the exact same routine tomorrow. That's the natural pull. You already know that. So make this concrete instead of abstract. Right now, before you do anything else, open your closet. Don't scroll past this part. Actually stand in front of it. Pick out one item, just one, that fails the replacement test. Set it aside. That's the first physical step, and physical steps are the only ones that actually move you forward. The insight in your head doesn't change your bank account. The action does. Then, tomorrow, check your bank account and ask a different question than usual. Not, how much do I have left, but how much of what I earned this month went towards things I would genuinely miss if they vanished. Write the number down, even if it's uncomfortable, especially if it's uncomfortable. None of these 10 rules require you to earn more money. None of them ask you to deprive yourself of things that genuinely add value to your life. They ask you to stop confusing accumulation with security and start measuring your progress by the gap between what you make and what you actually need. Because that gap, not your salary, is what determines whether you sleep easy or check your balance with a nut in your stomach. You don't need a bigger paycheck to feel like the version of yourself with 18 months of savings and a calm mind. You need a smaller list of things you're chasing and a clearer definition of enough. Start with the closet. The rest follows from there.